now there's excitement when your release comes. People always use the word comeback. Do you like the word comeback firstly?
I mean, it's a word.
It's
It's
yeah.
it's. I don't give it too much importance.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, I'm working. This is definitely a homecoming to the
Right.
silver screen, I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah.
More than a comeback, I think it's a
Yeah.
homecoming back on the silver screen.
So when I interview so many actors, some say that I prefer a narration. Some say just give me the script, I'll read it.
Hmm.
Some say मुझे एक synopsis दे दो. What do you prefer?
I'm a complete narration
Hmm.
kind of a person and I prefer the narration from the director
Hmm.
because it's his vision. Scripts, how many times they want to send me the script, but I prefer a narration.
You know, fame is not very easy to handle. What would be your one or two things that you want to tell younger people who have got the fame, but
Being a social media star is different.
yeah,
But being a star on screen and performing and people acknowledging you and recognizing you through your work is a very different
two different
recognition.
things,
I
right.
find them as two different things.
different things.
I'm not a social media star at all.
How come, Esha, you've not jumped on this OTT bandwagon where everyone wants to just do OTT non-stop?
See, I don't choose to be in this or that.
Yeah.
What comes to me, and if it is something that I feel is going to be, then I do it. And OTT is also wonderful. I mean, I've had the experiences of doing 2 web series.
Wow.
Hi, this is Esha Deol, and you're watching this interview on Bollywood Hungama.
Esha, welcome to Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you.
Good to see you again. You kept your promise and you're doing this.
Yes, absolutely. I've kept my promise.
Right. Esha, you know, I'm one of those who came on the sets of Koi Mere Dil Se Pooche in 2001, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, and it released in 2002.
Yes.
Do you miss those times?
I mean, those times were beautiful,
They were beautiful.
lovely. These times are also
in their own way.
as nice, you know, in a different way. You have to keep changing with time.
Right, you know, if what I miss is, you know, meeting actors like you, having a one-on-one, having a bond, and every actor, you know everyone personally.
Yes.
They know you personally.
Yes.
I know there were very limited journalists back then.
Yeah, very familiar faces.
Yes, we would keep seeing each other from one set, and also you shot a lot at that period. You shot non-stop, so every month, 2 months, we would come for some song shooting and all that.
Totally, yes.
Right. Do you think that at least that part, you know, cracking the media was fairly easier than today?
In what sense?
Just, you know, having your rapport with people. Today, see the number of channels and websites and influencers and everybody's there.
Yeah, I think for that reason, we have now our
agencies,
PR managers,
Yeah.
and I love mine who do mine, and they are my one-point contact.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they handle all that for me.
Right.
Earlier, we didn't require that because it was as simple as that directly, you know.
Right. You know, and you know, now there's excitement when your release comes. People always use the word comeback. Do you like the word comeback firstly?
I mean, it's a word.
Yeah.
It's. I don't give it too much importance. At the end of the day, I'm working.
Yeah.
I love working, and I'm here working. And if you want to say that, you say it. But this is definitely a homecoming to the
Right.
silver screen,
Yeah,
I would say.
yeah.
More than a comeback, I think it's a
Yeah,
homecoming
homecoming.
back on the silver screen.
Right. You know, when you think that, okay, you'll be back on a set, did you imagine what kind of a film it should be? मैं ऐसी फिल्म करूंगी या वैसी फिल्म करूंगी, कभी सोचा
No,
आपने?
I see. I'm very clear about these 2-3 points, and
Okay.
if that fits into that, then I take up a particular project.
Okay.
One definitely being the maker of the film has to be authentic and good,
Right.
and be able to follow through with the film project in today's time, especially.
Yeah.
Secondly, or rather, more as important as this is the director who's
Right.
going to be directing it. And also, I think all these 3 points fall in the number 1 category only for me.
Right.
The script being fantastic, and what my presence in that project has to be very meaningful. And for me as an actor, I'm looking for different things, challenging roles. And this is something very different. And what I loved about the fact is that Vikram saw me playing a detective, Vikram saw me playing a defense lawyer. So he was so broad-minded because everyone boxes you and puts you in that. अरे ये है तो यही करेगी, इसके लिए तो इसको लेना चाहिए. He didn't see that. This is something very different from what I've done. And people will see me in a new light, in a completely new light with this film.
Right, Vikram is also a seasoned director.
Absolutely.
He has made his space in the industry for so many years. He keeps making. He has his own little industry going on, he and Bhatt Saab and everyone. What do you observe when you work with filmmakers like Vikram who know it all? What do you observe? What is your biggest takeaway?
I have worked with him earlier in Ankahi, and that was such a nice experience as an actor for me to work with a director like that, because he's a complete actor's director. And he will make sure that the performance is, he'll remove the performance out of you. So when you know you're in good hands, automatically your level of confidence and comfort increases, and that shows in the performance of an actor.
True.
And he is, of course, he makes so many horror films and all, but this film that he's done is, I was telling him the other day, it's such a challenging film he has directed. When please watch it.
Of course.
When you watch it, you will agree with me, because this has two timelines, story timelines. But he has weaved them through the film, and both are equally strong and sort of they hold a power over the audience.
That's interesting.
So you are with them throughout, know. But how he's weaved them together is something else. Only.
Yeah, it looks like that. With the poster also, they've made it like that.
Yes.
So when I interview so many actors, some say that I prefer a narration. Some say just give me the script, I'll read it. Some say मुझे एक synopsis दे दो. What do you prefer?
Now in today's time, because scripts and all that are available, I ask for the synopsis.
Okay.
So in that, in a nutshell, you know what they are looking for in you, and what you're going to be, listening to.
Right.
So coming to when I said listening, I like a narration.
Yeah.
I'm a complete narration kind of a person, and I prefer the narration from the director, because it's his vision, and when he narrates it, you are with him and you are understanding his vision of how each person is. Scripts, many times they want to send me the script, but I prefer a narration.
No, that's great. It's really the director's
synopsis is important. Then you see if you're interested in even listening to it or not.
Right. Is he a collaborative director? Can you say, आज ये ऐसे करते हैं, ये वैसे करते हैं? You prefer that, or you will be like, मुझे जो बोलो मैं वो करूँगी?
No, with him, my level of understanding is really nice.
Okay.
So before we went on the floors to shoot the film itself, I met him a couple of times, and we just spoke. I mean, he's not even the reading let's do readings and all, which I did recently for some web series and all. That is also very nice. It's a different way of working. He talks, I listen, I talk, he listens, and we build that character up there. So when we are on the set, we both know what I know what he wants, and he knows what I'm going to be bringing to the table in this particular scene.
Right.
And if there are any things, then I like to go in the morning before the shoot starts, sit with him for 5 minutes. That's and just even if I don't say anything, I just sit and I see what he's setting up, what he's doing, and when. So these are few exercises I like to do, and with him, this is my rapport.
Nice, that's really important. You said you did some script reading and all these things.
And Vikram is a very good actor also.
Yeah,
he's sorry, I cut you off.
Please.
Because sometimes I've asked him. I said, you just do it and show.
Is he good? Is he
He's
good?
very good.
Yeah, he does. He can do everyone's part, you think?
Yeah.
Wow, we would love to come on a set like that.
Yeah.
Right. You said you attended a script reading thing. What is that experience like for someone? Earlier it was very different. Now it is very different. Did you enjoy that?
It was the first time I did it.
Okay.
It was very overbearing for me.
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
and because it was very corporate, and it was all these, big personalities sitting there, and everyone's reading their line, and I mean, we did it, and they stuck to those lines also for the shoot.
Wow.
So my first experience was a bit like new to me, na?
Yeah,
I mean,
it
you're
can be
new to it,
overwhelming,
so it
right?
is a
Yeah.
little overwhelming.
Right. But you think these changes are for good, at least? Do you think the way this industry is going, the way filmmaking is going, is this getting more organized, you feel? Or, I mean, pictures to pehle bhi bahut achhi banti
I
thi.
think earlier it was simpler
Yeah, much
times.
simpler.
It was a smaller
Crew.
entourage also for an actor. Everything was more simpler and straight and clear.
Yeah.
Now from point A to go to point B, you have to go to point A, point 1, point A, point 2, point A, point 3, and then so on
Yeah.
until you reach point A, point 10, and then you go to point B.
Yeah, that is true.
Which sometimes I find it unnecessary. Sometimes it is important. Like, now there are PR teams and
Yeah.
everything, which is great because
Yeah.
like we
Yeah.
just spoke about that. Technically, it's wonderful right
Okay,
now.
huh.
There's so much of advancment technically, and just the way the films are shot and sync sound and all that is great.
Right, but because of social media, the younger actors are getting fame also very early. Even before their first film, they are famous.
Yeah.
Fame is not very easy to handle. Like, you all handled it very well. You all saw it in your family, you all did it very well. What would be your one or two things that you want to tell younger people who have got the fame, but...
See, fame is one thing. Fame being a social media star is different.
Yeah.
But being a star on screen and performing and people acknowledging you and recognizing you through your work is a very different
Two different
recognition.
things,
I
right.
find them as two different things.
things.
I'm not a social media star at all. I don't think I'll ever be a social media star. But what I have is what is enough. I mean, badega. I slowly, slow and steady.
Yeah.
I connect with my well-wishers and fans there. Then there are trolling also that happens and a lot of things, but that is social media for me. I'm not banking on it to bring me back and get me more work.
Correct. Yeah, you're not dependent on that.
No.
Right.
Because I never was. I mean, we've luckily worked in this industry without these sort of gadgets, cool gadgets. We know how to approach our work in a very different way. But some people don't know without this how to approach their work.
Approach them. Bilkul. Like also the gratification is immediate. Suddenly likes aa gaye, views aa gaye.
Yeah, that is addictive.
It's addictive, right?
And it's depressive.
How do you not get it?
It is addictive and it's depressive at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you're constantly trying to compare your life with other people. I don't understand it. Then there are some I see whose life is only this. So even if you're eating lunch with them somewhere out in a restaurant, they're busy shooting the food.
How do you not get,
how do I not get? Because I can't.
You just can. You
I
just don't want to.
I just can't go there.
It's great. It's great to be in a real space with real friends and family rather than being on your phone. Absolutely.
Yeah, but there is a plus point to it also, no doubt, like connectivity and you want to put something out there and all that. Udhar tak theek hai mere liye.
Right. No, in fact, this is what's reduced stardom. In fact, I would we would feel that pehle when say when Dharamji and Bachchan Saab were actors, the fame was different.
Yeah, they were stars because they were not seen so
anywhere,
often.
Right? Yeah, and then again, even Shah Rukh, Salman, and Amir, everyone they were, and then came everyone. Now I can see everyone.
I'll tell you one. My mom, whenever I'm getting ready to go out and all, now these days we do a photo shoot, click pictures, tag the designer, all that
clothes,
we do. So sometimes she sees that happening here. What is this for? I said, for Instagram. For Instagram. So her reaction to Instagram is, because they don't understand. They want it on a film fair cover or only, all those things.
True.
But this is very big and very important. I try telling her also,
No, it's, it is very important. So you are in the middle space, which is good.
Yeah, better to be in between.
Right. So I was in fact going to ask you when you said you did this OTT, that how come, Esha, you have not jumped on this OTT bandwagon where everyone wants to just do OTT non-stop? Will we be seeing you soon?
See, I don't choose to be in this or that.
Yeah.
What comes to me, and if it is something that I feel is going to be, like I said, my points, then I do it. And OTT is also wonderful. I mean, I've had the experiences of doing 2 web series. One was
Listening.
Rudra, and then
Yeah.
I did Hunter, which
Yeah.
released I think last year. So I'm not deciding that this is this and I want to do only that. As an actor, these are more platforms we have
Yeah.
to be working and getting work and doing work that we like to do. There's a big variety. This happens to be a theatrical release, so great.
You know, actors, especially actors, you know, from our times, like yourself, for them, cinema hall is sacred. That is, kitna bhi OTT aa jaye, Instagram aa jaye, that, you know, that feeling you get in a cinema hall when lights go off, you're watching and having popcorn is a different thing. For you also, it's the same. Priority will be cinema, movie theater.
Like as a viewer, if you tell me, I enjoy watching a film in the theaters. But work-wise, if you're going to ask me,
work-wise,
I shoot with the same mentality for both.
Whether it's OTT.
Yes, whether it's OTT.
So Rudra ho ya ye ho, you'll
yeah,
shoot.
absolutely. The same dedication with the same 100% on set. Those 12 hours of work.
Okay.
And I treat them both the same as far as my work is concerned. But viewer, if you ask me, I mean, it's very convenient to sit at home and watch, but there are some films that I do want to go and watch in the theater.
Right. You know, do you get a chance to, do you go a lot to the theater? Or because
so my recent films, if you want to know what I've watched, are Mohana 2 and Mufasa.
Nice, because of
my children. And the next film I'll be watching mostly is going to be Snow White.
Wow. So so I get it. That is a great space to be in.
And it's a wonderful world to be in.
It is a wonderful. But would you, you know, also not much is releasing that, you know, that people are going for these days also. There's only action and mara-mari in cinemas. Are you that audience, or you'll wait for a good rom-com to come or something?
See, I enjoy rom-coms, no doubt. I mean, I'm a complete sucker for rom-coms. But if like a film of an actor I really like, I want to watch it in the theater. Like Shah Rukh was coming after a long time with Pathan. I went to the theater and watched it.
Nice.
For him.
Yeah, for the love of the actor.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So there's this to look forward to. Anything else you want to share that you will be working on? You want to tell your audience, your well-wishers, where will they?
See, right now I'm very, very excited about our film Tumko Meri Kasam, which releases on the 21st of March in theaters right near you. So please go with your family and watch our film. And besides that, I have a couple of projects upcoming, which I will start work on now.
Okay, so we'll come at the right time.
It will come at the right time. There's one film with which again I am getting to work with Sanju sir.
Nice.
So that's sort of a not mythology per se, but it's a fantasy kind of a film, pan India. And then there's one more I will be doing with Mr. Bhatt.
Wow.
So I'm looking forward to that and more.
Good. So that's quite a bit from, you know, from what we have seen in the past. So we are very happy.
Yeah. Now I'm back on the horse, so it better gallop.
Absolutely.
Back on the saddle.
Great.
Hi, this is Esha Deol, and you're watching this interview on Bollywood Hungama.